You know, he's a minute and a half from losing his championship fight.
He's just got to open up.
Finish him.
Fight!
What's good, guys? Today we're going to be breaking down UFC 304, which takes place in Manchester, London. Morgan Charrier teases an appearance at UFC 304 in Manchester on July 27th. We know that it takes place on July 27th. We already know where. We just need to know who. I already built a card from scrap, top to bottom. I just didn't include Morgan Charrier because I just now saw this. But we could potentially be getting Morgan Charrier, who lost by split decision in his last fight, but he is entertaining, and I would love to have him on this card in UFC 304 in July. Let's just talk about who could be headlining it. I already have a picture of the main three that need to be on it, but let's talk about what the card should look like. And I think it should look something like this: Tom Aspinall versus somebody, Leon Edwards versus Belal. I already made a card from scratch, so I'll show you a photo right after this. Arnold Allen versus Giga, which is confirmed. Muhammad Moicano versus Manel Cape. Paddy Pimblett versus Renato Moicano. We don't know. We don't know yet. Nathaniel Wood versus Daniel Pineda. Molly McCann versus Bruna Brazil. And then Shauna Banon versus Ravenna Oliveira. These are 8 out of 13 fights. I've built the card. These are the 3 people who we need to have on the card. I'll show you right now. These 3 are the 3 guys that we need on the card. We need Tom Aspinall, we need Leon Edwards, and we need Paddy Pimblett. We just need an opponent for all of them. First of all, we have to talk about who's going to headline. I think Tom Aspinall has to headline because it's the heavier weight classes who headline. And even though he's interim champ and Leon is undisputed, I still think Aspinall is the real champion of the heavyweight division, and his should count as a title defense, but it's interim champ. But Tom Aspinall will have him fight Ciryl Gane, in my opinion, because Ciryl Gane has been ducking. He's been sitting on the sidelines thinking he's going to get a title shot. Tom Aspinall versus Ciryl Gane. I mean, Tybura rematch is there, but I don't know. Leon Edwards has to fight Belal. No question, no if and buts about it. Leon Edwards versus Belal. And Paddy Pimblett, we can throw Renato Moicano in there, but we could throw in anybody. It doesn't have to be Moicano. Money Moicano will be sick, though, at the press conference. So these are the 3 guys who need to be on this Manchester card. If you want, you could throw Molly McCann in it. But I need to see these 3 people in July 27th in London, Manchester. This is what I have the card to look like. I have the card to look like this. Okay, so Banan, who comes from Ireland, versus Nunes to open up the prelims. Then we have Parkin versus Uselyis. Uselyis is still in the UFC. I think this is a good fight because he's from Manchester. Parkin, Parkin beat Mo Usman, so not a bad fight. Then we have Gunnar Nelson, who hasn't fought in 2.5 years, versus Nicholas Dalby. I think that would be a better fight. Dalby last beat his opponent. I believe it was Bonfim. Just let me make sure. Nicholas Dalby. Sorry about that, boys. Just want to make sure. Yeah, Gabriel Bonfim, he beat by KO with knees, and he's on a 4-fight win streak. So if we give him Gunnar Nelson, that's not a bad fight. Him versus Gunnar Nelson is a great fight. Gunnar Nelson has been inactive for 2.5 years, and I really want to see him back. I never got to see him fight live, just because I've just missed it, and I've only got to see his replays on his fights. I mean, I think I saw him fight once at an Apex, but I want to see him fight again. So Gunnar Nelson versus Nicholas Dalby. Check. Then we got Molly McCann versus Michelle Watterson, or Michelle Gomez, as you can say. Strawweight bout. I don't know if this would actually take. I mean, she moved down to strawweight. She did. So this is not a bad fight, but we can throw in anybody from the strawweight division with Molly McCann, just not ranked, or it could be like low 15, low 15. Then we got Duncan versus Tavares. This is gonna be a striker fight, man. This is gonna be Duncan, on the outside throwing kicks. I'm not breaking every fight down and giving my prediction. I'm just trying to make this card entertaining. So Duncan versus Tavares, maybe Duncan could get the KO. Maybe Duncan could show a masterclass in striking. And then we have Nathaniel Wood versus Billy Corotillo. This is gonna be good, man. Like I thought that these guys would be perfect together because we haven't seen them fight again. We haven't seen them fight against each other yet. We've seen them fight people similar, and it's always a junkyard fight with these guys. These guys are always gonna come down to fight. These guys are always gonna put up a scrap. And I know that this would be a good fight for Manchester, London. I know the card might be at 3 a.m. in the morning, but you're definitely gonna wake up the fans with this fight because we get it our time. So it's gonna be regular time, but for Manchester, they get it at 3 in the morning, which is kind of weird. I think they should get it for their time. I don't mind staying up. So Nathaniel Wood versus Billy Corotillo. Then we open up the main card. What do we open up the main card with? Paddy Pimblett. We have to open up the main card with Paddy Pimblett. We had UFC 296, Paddy Pimblett versus Tony Ferguson, open up the main card. Pimblett versus Joe Selecki would be a good fight. I want to see Paddy get another win, and I want him to KO somebody, so why not throw Joe Selecki in there? And then we have Paddy Pimblett's a good fight against anybody sometimes, but I'd rather have Renato Moicano than Joe Selecki. But if you want to put Joe Selecki in there, you can for an easy knockout. But Money Moicano is the way. We know Money Moicano is one of the best, most entertaining fighters, not only on the mic, but in the octagon as well. Paddy Pimblett versus Joe Selecki is okay. I'll take it. But I'd rather Money Moicano. Money Moicano versus Paddy Pimblett. Then we have Arnold Allen. This fight is confirmed already versus Giga Chikadze. I believe this fight is already on Manchester, UFC 304. Arnold Allen versus Giga Chikadze. This is featherweight division, two contenders. This is going to be a very important fight for the featherweight division. Whoever wins this fight is on the road to maybe getting a title shot. So I love watching Arnold Allen fight. Arnold Allen beat Dan Hooker in his hometown. It's always a fun scrap when Arnold Allen is there. And then my most anticipated fight, I have to see this fight right here. Michael Venom Page versus Stephen Thompson. Me personally, I would love eventually down the line, I have to see Ian Gary versus Michael Venom Page. I have to see that. But if we want them to both go into the upwards trajectory and eventually fight each other at the top, we have to have this fight first. Stephen Thompson, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson versus Michael Venom Page. One of the most stylistic karate arts of striking. Two fundamentally sound strikers with phenomenal footwork, phenomenal rotation around the cage, and it's going to be something like maybe more exciting than Darren Till versus Wonderboy. Wonderboy usually always has amazing fights. Wonderboy versus Kevin Holland. Wonderboy versus Jorge Masvidal. Wonderboy always has amazing fights. So I would love to see him versus Michael Venom Page. And maybe we could see a crazy walkout from Michael Venom Page. Like something like he wanted to do like an Undertaker. So he always has like a phenomenal walkout. And he always has like a creative mind to bringing the eyes in and having all eyes on him. He did phenomenal against Kevin Holland. They both beat Kevin Holland. And I want to see them fight each other. I just want to see them scrap, and I want to see the striking exchanges and the head movement. I can't wait for this one. This one is my most anticipated fight. Right here it says July 20th, but I believe it's July 27th. We just have to make sure. Then the co-main event. A lot of people are gonna go to sleep for this one. Leon Edwards versus Belal. A lot of people, this fight, it has been 2.5 years since they promised Gilbert Durinho versus Belal Muhammad the title shot. Winner gets the title shot. It has been 2.5 years since that fight. So it has been 2.5 years since they promised Belal Muhammad the title shot. And Leon Edwards, one of the most inactive champions, one of the most laziest champions of the UFC right now, one of the most inactive champions. This guy has fought once, has one title defense, has actually 2 title defenses. One against Usman and then one against Colby Covington. Bro, throw Shavkat against the winner, bro. Leon's just warming up the belt for Shavkat. I'm just kidding. Leon is a beast, man. Leon is good. I think he whoops Belal, but I know Belal. I know a lot of people don't want to see this fight, but Belal deserves the title shot, and it's about time that he gets the title shot. It's a fight that has to happen, not a fight that needs to happen. Well, yeah, it's a fight that needs to happen, and we just have to watch so that way the division can move forward. We just need to move on from this fight. I would love Leon Edwards to win in Manchester and fight the winner of JDM versus Shavkat. I know just because I think Leon Edwards would make more of an exciting fight against Shavkat than Belal Muhammad would. But Shavkat is a beast, and not only that, not only for Shavkat, but JDM is up there too. You know, we have a lot of people rising up. Ian Gary, Michael Venom Page, rising up the welterweight division. You know, the welterweight division is going to shake up, but it's very inactive. And a lot of the inactivity in the welterweight division has to do with the champ. Because when Usman was active, when Usman was champ, when Usman defended 5 times in a span of 2 years, although some of them were rematches, the division was moving. The division was moving. So sometimes it takes for the champ to be active, for the rest of the contenders to be active. But a guy like Leon Edwards is a guy who fights once every 2 years. He fights, here and there, but I really want to see him fight again this year. I'm always excited for a Leon Edwards fight. I was hyped for the Leon versus Colby, and it ended up being a snooze fest. But I need to see Leon versus another contender besides Belal Muhammad. I think, I don't want to look over Belal Muhammad. Belal Muhammad is a beast, and he can definitely put up a great fight against Leon Edwards. But I just need to see the division move forward. It's been way too long since the last title defense of the welterweight division at UFC 296. And who am I to say, because that was just December, but I'm used to Usman, already having a fight, already going into training camp, and already going to fight another contender. We'll see who wins this fight, and we'll see if Belal is willing to go to Manchester. I think he has to, because it's his title shot. He's not defending champion, so the defending champion defends in Manchester. Leon has always wanted to defend in Manchester. So, Leon versus Belal. Little tiny breakdown right there. Welterweight division is one of my favorite divisions, and I just want to see it move. Main event. Aspinall. Tom Aspinall versus Ciryl Gane. This is a fight to punish Ciryl Gane, because Ciryl Gane thinks he's Israel Adesanya. He thinks he could just, lose, and then maybe he'll get the title shot. Lose. Maybe he'll get the title shot. Maybe he'll get one win away from the title shot. Ciryl Gane has ducked Tom Aspinall, Curtis Blades, and somebody else. Sergey Pavlovich. Sergey Pavlovich was offered to Ciryl Gane. Ciryl Gane did not take it. So Tom Aspinall stepped up like the BMF and took that fight and knocked out Sergey Pavlovich in short notice, even though it was short notice for both of them. Ciryl Gane needs to be punished, man. I know he beat Tybura in Paris. This guy is one of the most inactive fighters on the UFC roster. And he just cherry picks. He just cherry picks his way to the top. Ciryl Gane was a guy who I thought was going to definitely hold the belt. Not the interim, but I thought he was going to hold the undisputed. But it turns out that the real undisputed champion is Tom Aspinall. Although we have John Jones who's ducking as well. It's crazy because I need to see this fight. Even if Ciryl Gane wins, I need to see this fight. It's going to be a striking phenomena. And I think Tom Aspinall runs through Ciryl Gane. A lot of people are going to be very, iffy about this, but I need to see this fight. Tom Aspinall versus Ciryl Gane. We have to see this. We need the heavyweight division to move. If we don't have the heavyweight division to move and people to step up like Sergey and Tom Aspinall to fight for an interim champion, when John Jones pulled out against Stipe, it makes things fun when we have these fighters fighting. So let me know, guys. Let me know who you guys have for all these fights. Let me know if you guys want to see more activity in the heavyweight division and the welterweight division. I feel like other than that, this card is perfect. We just have to replace Joe Solecki with Renato Moicano, and maybe we could switch up the prelims, and maybe we can add maybe one more fight or switch it up. Guys, comment your most anticipated fight of this card. Comment who you want to see on Manchester UFC 304, and let me know what you guys think, guys. Drop a like, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. The best is blessed. Let's get it, baby. UFC 304. Oi, mate. Let's get it. Yay!